What's happening? Hey, okay. All right. Give me a minute. Okay. Hey, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna be on here just shortly. I don't know who has watched the video and who hasn't. Um, but I want to talk today about the opportunity to win the free executive protection course in Miami, Florida. And guys, I apologize, man. It's been one of those days. I have traveled from a long way, all the way to DC, with a quick pit stop to head to New York to do a job in the morning. And got all the way to DC just to realize that I don't have no suit. I left my suits hanging on the back of the door. So, man, I had to. I'm a lot behind. I would rather have this set up um, in a studio setting so that the lighting and everything is good. But I wanted to jump on really quick and talk about the video that I had posted about the taxpayers um, paying for the former president's protection. And the funny thing is that I posted that video. I cannot believe that those two videos, I think it's close to 30 million views now between those two videos, and it's just 2 months time. And the comments about people talking about uh, who pays for the Secret Service protection of former presidents, and how they're disgusted that we have to pay for the Secret Service protection of former presidents. I've found in life, it doesn't matter what we think or what we feel. The government is going to do what they want to do anyway. People are going to do what they want to do anyway. And if they want us to pay for it, we're just going to pay for it. But, when it came down to the uproar about who's paying and who's not, and my tax dollars, if you guys watch the video, who's paying for the protection of former presidents, please understand that you are not paying tax dollars for anything. All right. So the rule of thumb is between the retired presidents, it takes about $26 million a year to take care of them annually. And that includes the government pays for them to have a office. It also pays for their office staff, the salary for their office staff, the furniture and things that go in the office, the utilities, the phone bills, computers, all of that stuff that goes with the office. And I'm not sure how long they get that office, but the total amount of money that's being financed is or that's being provided to them, extended to them, is $26 million to pay for all of that. Now, um, there are 168 million tax-paying citizens, or should be tax-paying citizens, in the United States. About 60% of those people pay taxes. So we say about 100 million people pay taxes. So when I was talking about the $26 million for presidents that they get allotted to them, their expenses yearly to take care of them, out of that 26 million, only $3 million goes to the Secret Service protection, right? So you got all these people screaming, "Yeah, my tax dollars, my tax dollars, my tax dollars." Okay, so $3 million divided by 100 million people actually amounts to 3 cents. 3 cents. So you're not paying tax dollars, you're paying tax pennies. Not even a whole nickel. You're paying 3 cents comes out of your tax money to pay for the protection of former presidents. So everybody who's tripping on where their tax money is going, I got it. I get it, but it's not. You're really not doing anything. I walk past I see people walk past 3 cents on the street on a regular basis, and I find nickels, quarters, dollars, pennies, and I pick it up. So, like I said on the video, if you haven't watched it, most people spend more money at the bar on old fashions and margaritas and Coors Light than they do than they do spending money to pay for the protection of the former presidents. So we can just put that to bed. But nonetheless, do you even think that former presidents should have protection? Do you think that they should have Secret Service protection? And if so, why? And if not, why not? Why do you think they should have protection? And the reason why they have to have protection is because they were entrusted during those 4 or 8 years of their term. They were entrusted with a lot of information, and should somebody happen to get a hold to one of the presidents, be it Trump, Bush, or Obama. So between the three of them, that's where that $26 million. That's in total. That's not just one president, right? So you got three presidents. So that's about $8 million per president, and 3% of that goes to the Secret Service. I'm sorry, $3 million go to Secret Service protection. So again, we're saying, okay, they need to pay for their own protection. Well, in a sense, yeah. I mean, in the real world, that would be nice. But to be honest, why would they pay for their protection to protect the secrets of the United States? And so, that's the counterproductive part. And I guess that's the double-edged sword. If you become a president, they entrust the presidents with a lot of power, a lot of information. And the government itself has to protect the information. It's not even as much about the president as it is about the information and the knowledge that they have acquired while they were sitting as the president of the United States. So again, to ask somebody to pay to protect the information of the United States, I think that's kind of asinine. But to each his own. We all have opinions, and that's just what it is. Now, so if you got any input on it, just, hey, Will, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Will is a colleague of mine, one of the former students of the MVP, the School of Executive Protection. So if you haven't been and you don't know about the MVP School of Executive Protection, please get over to our website, www.trustinmvp.com, and check it out. Especially check out the category for the executive protection training. It's the only African American driving. We have the only African American security driving school in the world. A lot of people don't like that, but it just is what it is. And so, we push the envelope, and we're just as good as anybody else. Some of the other schools have just been around a little longer. And for our class in Miami, so we're running, a lot of you guys, whoever signed on to know about the class in Miami. Hey, Pops, what's going on, man? So whoever wants to know about, you're interested in the executive protection class, I put it out here. I just noticed there are not really that many people online right now, and I put the information out a little bit late. I meant I thought I actually posted it on YouTube, and I hit the button. Apparently, it did not upload. So anyway, so we don't have as many viewers as we would normally have, or that I would like to have, because I want people to take an opportunity to get into some good training programs. And people always ask me, well, Mel, how, Mr. Key or whatever they call me, how do I get into executive protection, or how do I get to your level of clients? And a lot of it is people saying, hey, well, I worked here and I work with this person and I work with that person, but they're looking to advance their career. So then my question is, so what training school have you gone to? And most people will say, well, I haven't been to a school, but I've been in the game 18 years. Okay, but what has that, you been in the game 18 years, what has that gotten you? Except for a few celebrity clients, but nothing long term, nothing solid, nothing that you can really wrap your reputation on or hang your hat on. Because when people say, hey, I work with as Key Glock or this person or that person, when you go into the corporate environment, trust me, and these high net worth people, families and stuff like that, foreign diplomats, they know nothing about Key Glock. Most of them, Drake and Jay-Z, they're some of the most famous, notable, Kanye West, some of the famous, most notable hip hop artists or entertainers in the world. But yet there is a segment of people who don't even know who they are. And those are the people, high net worth business corporate executives, who hire real executive protection agents. And so when people ask me, how can they work with me? I always ask them with the question, what training school have you been to? What training school? And is, for me, it's not a sales pitch for you to come to my school. I believe that my school is one of the best in the world. I am one of the best people in the world at what I do. However, I am not selling my school. What I am selling is education in the business. So, like I said, you can work in a club, you can get a rapper or whatever. And this is, put this analogy. You got a kid in the neighborhood, right? A kid in the neighborhood, he's the baddest guy in the neighborhood. He beats up everybody in the neighborhood. And when he goes to the next neighborhood, he beats those people up too. And he's undefeated. But there's a kid in the neighborhood who is also beating up people in the neighborhood. He's going to the next neighborhood, he's kicking ass there too. And eventually those two people meet up. But the only difference between the first person who kick ass in every neighborhood and the second person who kicks ass in every neighborhood is that the second person goes to training, and he trains every day, and because he loves, or she loves, what they do. And when those two people meet up in a neighborhood and a fight ensues, who do you think is going to win? The person who's just a natural born fighter, who been in a couple of hundred fights, or the person who's a natural born fighter and who goes to the gym and trains every day because that's what they love to do. And those are the people who turns out to be the Floyd Mayweathers and the Muhammad Alis. Those are the people who go to the gym that turns out to be the Steph Currys and the LeBron James. Those are the people who are very successful in everything that they do or the field that they are in. So why do we get into security field, do a couple of gigs, work with a couple of celebrities, walk them from the car to the VIP, to the bathroom, back to the VIP and to the car, and then we post on our social media pages, yeah, executive protection, the detail, this is like, no, come on, man, it doesn't work like this. And if you watch if you watch any of my content, you go back and you watch the video about PNB Rock. God bless his soul. Sorry that he was killed. He didn't have any security at the time. He actually said he didn't need security. But if you go back and you watch that video, say you get a PNB Rock, and you realize that when you hear his girlfriend talk on that video, when she says, no, we didn't have no life insurance. No, he didn't have a will. No, I get absolutely nothing. And when you understand, and that reality kicked in, because it kicked in for her, that most people who are working these security details don't even have a security contract. They just sign up, go work for a rapper. They get $350 a day if they lucky. And then, if something happens to them, if they get arrested while doing their job, defending the rapper, defending the entertainer, defending the client, if they get shot and killed in the process, that they don't get nothing. Their family, if the rapper's family ain't getting nothing, you be damn sure that your family ain't getting nothing. So to not only train to understand the art of protection, but also to understand the business of protection. And that's what we teach at the MVP School of Executive Protection. We not only do we teach the art of protection, we teach the business of protection, because I don't want you guys out here running around with people who don't care about you, get yourself hurt, injured, or killed, or arrested, and not have nothing for your family to lean on at the end of the day. So that's why I push the certification the way that I do. And again, there are other schools, and I'm not plugging anybody. If I'm going to plug anybody, any school, I'm going to plug MVP School of Executive Protection, because it's my school and I believe in it. And you guys follow me on any of my social media platforms, you'll see the guys and girls that come to my school, man, I put them to work. Now, I can't say that I can put everybody to work, because that's just asinine. Everybody that comes to your school, number one, has to be opportunity. And number two, the person not only has to have the skill, but they also have to have the character and the fortitude to do that job. And everybody that goes to a class isn't necessarily cut out for this line of work. But that's what we teach at the MVP, the School of Executive Protection. we've been pushing it. What I found is that we used to do the school in Washington D.C. and then we decided to move it around because a lot of people can't afford to travel and pay for the class as well. Spend 4 or 5 days in class and hotels and plane tickets and all of that comes with it. So instead of having people travel, we show up to your town, to your city, and we meet people, and we as they say, meet them where they are, and we give them the skills that they need. And again, if you follow any of my social media, especially my Instagram, you'll see the people. You can compare the people in the class, and then go through the pictures and see a lot of those same people working with me, because we heavily recruit for opportunities in the executive protection field through our class. And I you had to have the skill, you had to have the character, and you had to have the pedigree. So if you go into a good school, again, I'm not plugging none. I tell everybody, do your research, find a school that you like. If it fits you, you've done your background on the school, you've done your background on the instructors, then sign up. Sign up. And there are people who, when they show up and they have those credentials and they have the character as well, I'm not, I'll give them an opportunity as well. So, so the short part is, man, like I said, it's been a crazy day. I left my suits out of town. I got here. Man, just so much crazy stuff. So I'm really running behind. But what a lot of people are on came to this live for is to find out how to get the free executive protection class. So I'm gonna tell you how to get it, right? Um, Again, it goes back to character. It also goes back to really goes down to character. But what I want to know, if you want to join, if you want to come to the free executive protection class, since my time is limited, I'm going to come back on later this week. But so maybe because we have some time before the class, I'll get online a couple of times over the next 30 days. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to tell you guys. I'll give you a heads up right now. Basically, you're gonna come online and you're gonna tell us a little bit about yourself. You're going to tell us about your history in the security profession, and you're going to tell us why you should be the person to come to the executive protection class. And so it's impartial to me. I won't make the decision. I'm going to repost your videos, and people can even tap in on the comments and they can say, okay, I like this person, I think he should get it. I like that person, I think that she should get it. And that's how we're going to judge it. But also, but as always, I always try to pull somebody from every class that I give, one or two people, and bring them into the class for free. Give them an opportunity that they normally wouldn't get. And when people graduate my class, we don't go out. They don't graduate and I say, okay, here's a rapper. When people graduate from my class, they get congressmen, they get senators, they get corporate executive, they get foreign diplomats. Those are the people that we work with, and not to say that I wouldn't work with a rapper, because there are some A-list rappers that I actually work with. And we don't post everybody that we work with, and in fact, we don't post nobody that we work with. You might see us doing motorcade stuff. That's a little bit fun, and I just gotta be honest with you. When we're posting the motorcade videos, 9 out of 10 times there's nobody in those cars. So everybody's turned on, everybody's alert, and that's just what it is. But there are a lot of A-list celebrities that we work with too. And when people graduate, again, we're not just throwing them and say, hey, work with this person, work with that person. We're actually putting you in a corporate environment where you can thrive. Now, the rest is up to you. We could put you on the dance floor and turn on the music, but if you only have a two-step, or you don't have no rhythm at all, you ain't gonna make it. So again, I'm looking, when we go through our class, we're looking for the sharpest people. We're recruiting them, and we're giving them an opportunity. In addition to that, a lot of people who come, I'll tell you guys, there's a lot of people who come to the classes are business owners in their own right. And so the benefit that you get, everybody wants to come and talk to me about opportunities. I'm just one person, and I can give people opportunities. But inside of my classes, there are corporations. I have corporations that send their security personnel to me to be trained. They send them to be trained to drive. They send them to be trained to be executive protection agents. Uh, I have countless, countless examples of that, and some of these, I can't expose the names of people who send their employees to me to get trained. But the point I'm trying to make is that these people are in the room, and these are the people that you need to be networking with, because that's the person outside of me. Those are other people that can give you an opportunity to break your career wide open in the executive protection field. In addition to that, we have agents who actually work for celebrities. They're in the room. They show up because they realize that they have only gotten so far with what they have been doing, and that has been by luck. And trying to make it big or get the kind of clients that we get in the executive protection world is like hitting the lottery. It's like hitting the lottery. If you'll be really, really lucky to get somebody like that. So, but in these rooms, these are people you need to connect with, and I wish there are a couple of guys. I'll get them on the next live, and they can tell you themselves. I don't have to say nothing. I have nothing to say about this. But you got guys who have sat in these classrooms. I just watched. I think his name is Chevy Boy Maine and Get Back Slim on Instagram. You guys can follow them. I just saw those guys came to the class in April. I just saw them on a plane together. I saw Nanine up in Connecticut. I saw him with when we talk about hip hop artists. I saw him with whatever Cardi B's husband name. I'm old now. You see this gray. I don't know all these people's names, but he was just with them. But it's just on and on repetitiveness. I see the guys actually working together. What's up, Tony? I see these guys come into class and then actually working together. And the GYC protection that just got on, he came to a class about 2 years ago, and man, he's one of the most solid guys I know. He's down in Atlanta, and he has a security company, and we still work together. We just worked together in Atlanta on a YouTube event in August, and we're going to New Orleans. And there's a guy who came to our class, another guy 2 years ago, who's in New Orleans, and we're going to work on a detail together. So the thing about it is, the thing about it is just working together and networking. So I got a question, and I'm gonna jump off in a couple of minutes. What school did you go to when you began? Man, that is a good question. I began this so long ago. I was a Metropolitan Police officer. I retired as a captain in 2007. I was 35 years old. But during my career in law enforcement, I worked a lot with the Secret Service. And I was in the D.C. Police Department, so it's the political city of the world, or the political capital of the world. So I work with the Secret Service, I work with the State Department, and I had a lot of mentors that were already in those agencies that helped me out with my career. So I just lucked up. I didn't have to go to a formal school. I had hands-on OJT training with some of the best people in the world to do it. They were protecting presidents, and I just got in. I worked my network, and here I am today. And again, I work with some of the top people in the world. Fortune 1 companies, not in Fortune. People say Fortune 500, 100. I work with the top Fortune 5 corporate executives. I work with the top politicians in the United States. So and nonetheless, that was from the beginning. But since I got that experience, I also have taken countless driving classes, security driving classes, and I've taken countless classes like TSCM. If you go to my live videos, you see Steve Hudson from TechX. He's my TSCM guy, and that's technical security countermeasures. Steve, I know how to detect bugs and spywares and hidden cameras and listening devices. I've taken so many intelligence class and investigation class because when people think of executive protection, all they're thinking about, most people, they're thinking about walking in front of somebody or behind somebody. And I got to be honest with you, I make a lot of money doing that, but I make more money behind the scenes security planning. I'd make more money with counter intelligence and detecting bugs and spyware. I make more money doing risk assessments and threat assessments because that's where the money at in this field. And walking in front and behind or beside somebody is just a part of this job. It's not all that you think it is, and it gets very old after a while, right? For me, a lot of my protection details is, hey, pick this client up at this time, at this place, take them to the next place, walk them to the meeting room that they're going to go in. Once they go in, I say, you want me to stand outside, or or you're going to call me when you get ready? I'll text you. They say, hey, 9 out of 10 times I'll text you when I get ready. We leave, we go eat, we come back at the time that they said they're going to be ready, and we put them back in the car, and we take them to the next spot where they're going to go, to their hotel room or whatever. And if that's the end of the night, that's the end of the night. So we're not beating up people. We're not pushing through crowds. We're not doing anything crazy like that. But that's what you see on the internet. And if any class said, okay, this is what we really do, nobody would come to the class. People believe that this field is jumping over cars, shooting through windows, kicking people, punching them in the throat. That's not what this job does. There are some high threat, high risk jobs. However, if you got those high threat, high risk jobs, those jobs also come with high pay, and most of that threat and most of that risk is taken away in the planning stage of your security detail. All right, so I just wanted to drop those nuggets on you. And what I'm going to do, I appreciate you, Tony, man. I'll see you in a couple of months. I got some stuff for you, and I'll keep you in the loop. For the YouTube details, I'm trying to bring in some of the new some of the people who are less experienced, try to give them opportunity. But I still, you're still number one on our book. You're part of the, we say the Fabulous Five, but we it's more of us than that, and you're one of those people, and I appreciate you for who you are and for what you do in the business. All right. I'm going to jump off in a minute, so I just want to kind of reiterate, if you want to get into the executive protection field, you really want to get in this field, I recommend that you get into a class. And a lot of people are on here for the free class. They say the game is to be sold, not told, right? So if you're looking for something, if you haven't invested in yourself, don't expect a return. However, like I said, winning an opportunity like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for somebody. And if you really want to, get into this class, and if you miss the opportunity, for whatever reason you're not selected, I highly recommend that you register for the class anyway. I have a promo code that I'll give you to take some money off. But if you want to make it in this business, sign up for a class. Now, again, for the free class, because my time is limited, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to schedule another live, and in that live, I'm going to, I'll reiterate this, but I'm going to schedule another live, and what I want you to do is record a video of yourself. Tell me about yourself, how long you've been in security, and why you should be the person to get the free executive protection class. And guess what? I'm going to give it to somebody. Trust me, I'm going to give it to somebody, and I'll announce you. So you shoot your video, you can send it to me. You can send it to me on Instagram. That's probably the best way. At SecurityCzar, security_CZAR. You can send it to me in my DM, and I'll repost it. But what I want to do is I want to get you guys back on YouTube Live, and I want you to do it right here, because oftentimes in business, there's something called an elevator pitch, right? Or a pitch. You got to pitch your ideal or your reasoning behind something. You got to pitch it to people. And pitching people gets you prepared to do things off the cuff. In this business, you're gonna have to do things off the cuff, and I want to see how people respond under pressure. So let's come back. I'll post it. I'll post it for next week. That we'll come back live, and you tell me who you are, your experience, and why you feel like you're the person for this opportunity. All right. You got any questions, y'all feel free to give me an email. M as in Mary, KEY at trustinmvp.com. You can also DM me at security_czar on Instagram. And man, let's rock and roll from there, because I'm looking forward to meeting some people. Will, I love you, man. I'm in DC, but I'm leaving for New York in a couple of hours. I just made a pit stop. I will be back, and I need to talk to you anyway. So let's try to connect. Everybody else, hey Anthony. Everybody else, y'all know how to get me. If you don't, again, I'll just rewatch this video. You'll see. And I'm looking forward to bringing some new people onto this job and giving you your break in the executive protection field. So stay connected. Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'm out.